Whenever you're traveling, what are the chances of stopping at a gas station and taking a snack from Burger King? The odds are pretty high, right? For years, Burger King has risen to become one of the most dominant fast food restaurants in many countries.
What they call a Whopper? I don't know, I didn't go into Burger King.
However, when grabbing your favorite meal from one of the Burger King outlets, have you ever taken a moment to think about the company's history? Well, if you're a fan of Burger King, or if you're hungry for a history of the origin of Burger King, stay tuned as we'll take a deep dive into the story of Burger King and discover how one of the biggest fast food restaurants in the world came to be. Without further ado, let's dive into the video. The origin of Burger King dates back to more than 7 decades ago. A man named Keith Kramer and his wife's uncle, Matthew Burns from Jacksonville, Florida, looked to create a restaurant idea. Their idea was purely inspired by another giant in the fast food industry, McDonald's. Little did they know, decades later, their small creation would become one of the world's biggest restaurants in some countries all across the world. Having opened their first restaurant, the duo went on to buy the rights to a unique grilling machine known as the Instabroiler, and the new ownership inspired the name of the restaurant. It was named Burger King. Quickly, the new restaurant concept grew to restaurants being set up in other locations thanks to the idea of 2 classmate scholars from Cornell University, James McLemore and David Egerton. But before this happened, there's still a lot you need to know, since a lot happened in between these two happenings. McLemore and Egerton purchased one of the Burger King restaurants in Miami back in 1954. It was a smart move since the Miami metropolitan area was growing and gave the young franchise a conducive environment to thrive. However, the new location brought with it some needs, which required the duo to improve their existing broiler so it would keep up. Instead, the two decided to try something new, and they took an option of using a new grill called the Flame Broiler. With it came numerous advantages, eliminating all the shortcomings of the old Instabroiler. 1957 was a bittersweet year for the business, depending on how you look at it. For the Instaburger chain, it was all merry since business was booming. On the other hand, for the founders of the chain store, Kramer and Burns, it was not looking good at all, and the company was experiencing financial trouble. Finally, Kramer Burns went out of business after selling the entire company to McLemore and Egerton. And soon after buying the company, they started restructuring and revitalizing its operations. By the end of 1961, Burger King had already introduced its signature burger, the Whopper, which within no time had spread widely across the U.S. The business grew under the new management and became very fast, very popular. For 8 years, the duo had taken the business to new heights. They had expanded the business into over 250 new locations in the U.S. Much of this success resulted from the low price of the Whopper that was so popular. Their prices were 18 cents for a normal burger, and a Whopper cost a whopping 37 cents. However, the successful management of the duo was cut short 8 years later after they purchased the chain restaurants from Kramer and his partner. In 1967, Burger King was bought by the Pillsbury Company for $18 million. Under new management, a few years later, the company had grown to become America's second largest burger chain after the almighty McDonald's. Under the new ownership, Burger King managed to get its hands on Donald N. Smith, who was from McDonald's in 1978. This was a game-changing move for the company. Once he was active, he restructured the company's franchise agreements. Smith initiated an operation called Operation Phoenix, which aimed to reconstruct the business corporate practices at all levels of the company. During this operation, the company went through many changes, among the main ones being updating the franchise agreements, making the menu broader, and standardizing the stores with a new signature look and feel of the company. These efforts were initially very effective, but many of them were discarded as time went by. This resulted finally in Burger King experiencing a financial performance dip. During this period, Smith restructured the company's franchise agreement so private owners would not be able to own other franchise stores and other chains. This was to ensure the owners were loyal to Burger King. He also ensured that owners were not living more than a 1-hour drive from their store to manage the issue of absenteeism. This filtered out many unprofitable owners and their franchise stores. Smith's main aim was to run the company with the utmost simplicity, maximizing profit as much as possible. Later, when Smith left the company, Burger King saw a drastic decline in sales, and this called for a new leader, Norman Brinker, who became Smith's successor. During Brinker's reign, Burger King made one of its biggest moves that put it into new bars. The company claimed their flame-broiled burgers were bigger than those from McDonald's. The technique, well, it worked magic for the company as much as it was controversial. Brinker started what was known as Burger Wars. As much as it was a way to advertise, the advert was controversial since it attacked its biggest competitor in the industry directly. On the other hand, McDonald's didn't take the advertisement lightly. They went out and filed lawsuits against Burger King. Despite all the action taken against Burger King and its advertisement agency, people had gotten the word, leading to the explosion of Burger King sales. Soon after, Brinker left the company and once again, sales took a dip. This created the opportunity for a British company called Grand Metropolitan to acquire Burger King from Pillsbury in the 1980s. One of the first things the new owner did was to alter the distribution system of Burger King, which left some workers jobless when the company's restructuring process was initiated. Under the new management, Burger King planned to expand worldwide. To do this, they partially acquired United Biscuits restaurant arm together with their burger chain, Wimpy. This gave them more stores and reduced the amount of competition the company was facing in the industry. The new owner made another ambitious move and switched from Pepsi to Coca-Cola. The move was smart since Coca-Cola was more popular and preferred over Pepsi. Burger King also partnered with Walt Disney, targeting kids as their new market, which turned out to be a huge success.
Our $1.99 hamburger kids meal with a Lion King toy featuring Disney's newest stars. And our Whopper value meal for just $2.99.
Unfortunately, in 1992, the company was hit by a blow after its headquarters in Miami was destroyed by Hurricane Andrew. However, the owners of Grand Metropolitan did a quick rebound and everything went on as if nothing happened to the company. Later on in 1997, the company merged with one of the world's largest brewing behemoths, properly known as Guinness, and they formed a new company called Diageo plc. As time went by, the new company proved to be detrimental to the performance of Burger King, which even led to some Burger King franchises going out of business, since a lot of focus was put on satisfying the lucrative alcohol and liquor industry. Burger King quickly found itself in similar ground, falling sales due to the adverse business environment and lack of attention of owners. TPG Capital bought Burger King from Diageo for $1.5 million in 2002, seeing the company's struggles and attempting to salvage it. In addition, the firm went public in 2006, and earnings of $425 million were earned through the sale of company shares. The new owner offered a fresh idea called the Whopper Bar concept that, as simple as it may seem or sound, it increased sales. Customers could see their burgers being made thanks to the innovative Whopper Bar concept. This was later adopted by other restaurants in the world and is even still very much used today. As if it hadn't changed its owners enough, Burger King once again changed owners and was bought by 3G Capital from TPG in 2010 for $3.26 billion. As part of the new owner's restructuring strategy, the firm was once again turned private. 3G Capital wanted to reorganize the company by altering the advertising, rebuilding existing outlets, and enhancing some of the menus. The company also sought to open 2,500 additional stores across the globe. The business finally went public again in 2012 after collaboration between 3G Capital and Justice Holdings Limited, a UK-based venture capital firm. As time passed, another significant event happens in 2014 when the firm merged with Tim Hortons, a Canadian restaurant and coffee shop chain. This merger came with some controversy. It was a merger that would save the two firms a significant amount of money in the long run due to lower taxes. However, you may be wondering how the corporation would pay lower taxes as a result of that merger. Well, here's why. Because the firm is now controlled by a Canadian corporation, it would pay lower taxes to the American government as a result of the tax inversion legislation. In December of that year, after Restaurant Brands was created, which purchased Popeyes also for $1.8 billion. Burger King's menu expanded as a result of the purchase. It included fried chicken in addition to burgers and donuts. With its main objective of growing into many fast food franchises, the restaurant brand has continued to function successfully. With a significant quantity of sales, the corporation has continued to rise to new heights. Burger King has recaptured and maintained second place in the Burger Wars, right behind McDonald's as of 2018. In the same year, Burger King made $9.6 billion in sales in the U.S., which was slightly more than the previous year's $9.6 billion. As a result of the increase in sales, the firm moved up to second place as the biggest fast food restaurant in the world. Burger King still has a long way to go to catch up or even equal McDonald's total sales. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button, activate those notifications so you never miss one of our inspiring videos. Cheers!